All right, so good morning, everyone. Thank you so much to Fitri, okay, and Siti Amira for moderating these sessions. I think I will over to you first as the moderators.
Right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good day everyone. My name is Fitri Nurliza Binti Shabri, a third year marketing student from Azman Hashim International Business School, University Technology Malaysia. And I would be the moderator for today AHIB's online global classroom that involves three countries, which is Malaysia, Brunei and Singapore. The theme for today event would be the simple guide to supply chain management. So before I continue, I shall introduce our speaker today, our first speaker today, which is Dr. Tu Ai Chin. A little bit of background. Dr. Grace or Dr. Tu Ai Chin obtained her PhD in supply chain management from University Technology Malaysia, and she is a senior lecturer and head of program for Bachelor of Management Marketing in Azman Hashim International Business School, University Technology Malaysia. Before beginning her career in academic world, she was a material planner in Flextronic Technology and Sdn Bhd for 2 years. Further, she pursued her career in Philips Electronics Singapore as supply chain officer for another 2 years. Her passion includes developing students' talents, consultations, teaching, publications, community engagement work. Her research interests include supply chain management, green supply chain management, logistic and green logistics, marketing, consumer behavior, entrepreneurship, and customer relationship management. So, a very interesting background from our very own Dr. Grace. So, without further ado, let's welcome Dr. Grace to the floor with the topic of uh, to supply chain integration for business performance. Please, Dr. Grace.
Thank you so much, Fitri, okay, for introducing me to the audience here. All right, and thanks so much, to be the moderator for these sections. So, everyone, good mornings. Welcome to AHIB's online global classrooms. So, as mentioned by Fitri, right, the theme for today's classroom is about the simple guide to supply chain management. So for information, we have three speakers. So two are from the academic world, so including me as a senior lecturer in UTM, and another one speaker from the University of Brunei Darussalam, assistant professor Dr. Muhammad Shahswan Abdalit, and he will talk about the logistics in supply chain management. And then next week we will have one speaker from industry world, Mr. Ng Sun Lin. He will talk about effective purchasing and supply chain practices, and he is from Applied Materials Singapore's Technology Private Limited. So next week, please stay tuned for these interesting sections. So after my sections at 11 o'clock, we will have the second speakers, okay, to continue these online classrooms. Okay, so I think I will just talk about supply chain integration for business performance for about 15 minutes. Then we'll take a 10 minutes break. So after that, I will hand over the floor to the second speakers. So at least we have a break in between these two sections. You can take your breakfast, you can just stretch your body for a while. And after that's 11 o'clock, please come back to attend this 1.5 hour sessions with Dr. Muhammad Shahswan. All right. So I hope you enjoy my class. So this is the outline, okay, for today's sharing. So I will try to refresh your memory about what is supply chain, okay, that what we have learned in the previous sessions or previous classes for a supply chain network. And then I will talk about the integrations. What are the dimensions for supply chain integrations? How to integrate internally and externally? And then what are the benefits, okay, of supply chain integrations? The business performance in terms of, I would say, financials and non-financials, performance indicators. And lastly, I try to show you some of the empirical studies, okay, about the relationships between supply chain integrations and business performance. So I hope that you let make these sessions informal. You can ask questions in between of these sections. You are free to ask questions. If there are no questions from the floor, I will just call your names up, okay, to answer my questions. I try to make these sections more engaging and interactive. All right. Of course, at the end of the sections, I will have one more sections Q&A for you to ask further questions. So no worry, please enjoy my class and please be part of these sharing sessions. So as you know, this session is for you, not for me, for us to learn together based on my working experience. As you know, as based on I would say the briefing, the introduction briefing from Fitri, I was the material planners and supply chain officers for about 4 years. So I have some experience in supply chain management. Okay, so let's go to the first slide. Try to revisit what we have learned, okay, previously. What is a supply chain network? As you can see from these pictures, right? This is a very nice picture that I just Googled from, okay, just Google online. As you can see, there are a few entities, right? Suppliers, manufacturers, distributors, retailers, and customers. So a supply chain is a network between a company, okay, and its suppliers. Let's say if you are running a manufacturing company, right? So who are your suppliers? Means those supply the raw materials to you, okay, to produce and to distribute, okay, to the specific product to the retailers, the store, and to final buyers. And this network actually includes different activities, people, entities, informations, and resources. So I hope that you are clear about what is supply chain networks, okay, as we have learned throughout this semester. So maybe I'll just call a group, okay, to share with me about your supply chain network. Who are your suppliers? Then what are you doing, okay, for the products, and how you distribute your products to the customers, okay, or perhaps to the retailers, how you sell your products to the end customers throughout different activities, people, entities, informations, and resources. So perhaps I just want to call the group one, okay, the tastiest, the most yummy, Rempanyet. Okay, the group leaders, Jamie, okay, perhaps you can share with us about supply chain network. Who are the entities involved in your supply chain network? Jamie, are you here with me? I hope everybody is
Yeah.
ready to on your video to show me your beautiful face. This is a good opportunity to show me your face. As I say, please get ready to on your video anytime. Okay. Okay, Jamie, are you here?
Yes, doctor. Yeah.
Mm.
So basically, our manufacturer Shaira will buy the product from shopping mall like at NSK, our main one. So the way we deliver it for our product is we use bus courier from Selangor to JB. So we using bus because of we don't want our product. If we use for the normal service courier, we scared that our rempeyek will be crushed. So we use bus.
So perhaps, how about the charges? Means the charge between the bus and the courier companies. Which one cheaper? Is
Shaira,
it
maybe you
bus?
can explain. The bus one cheaper because of we sending in bundle.
Mm. Perhaps roughly just highlight to us, how much the bus charge for the transporting from Selangor to Johor.
If not
100 ringgit.
if not mistaken, 30 ringgit per box, doctor.
Yeah,
Okay,
so total we send is 100 ringgit. We spend 100 ringgit to send all of our product from Selangor to JB.
Okay, but you need to get someone to be at the bus stop, right, or bus station to collect the goods, right, from the bus
Yeah,
driver.
Fishy is the one that collect our product from JB.
Okay, very good. So perhaps you can share with me, okay, the operation part, the resources part, okay, what kind of information you guys share, and within a team.
So basically like for me, I'm in the sourcing department. So because of me and Shaira stay in different state, so I focusing on the online grocery. We compare from the online grocery and also the the price in the physical store. So I pass the price that I can find in the online store to Shaira. Then Shaira make comparison, and after that Shaira choose the best product, the best raw material, and also the cheapest one. So basically, we after comparing, we see that the physical one much more cheaper because of if we buy online, there's an additional charges for every product. So that's why Shaira have to go to the shopping mall and buy for all of the raw material. So, but for our packaging, Shaira go to we didn't buy like in small quantity, we direct buy in bundle because it's cheaper. And also for our logo, we direct buy it from Shopee. We direct order from Shopee because it's cheaper. So for our sticker.
So as I can say that what I can conclude from your business is okay. So suppliers means that you buy the raw materials from a shopping mall, right? From shopping mall,
Yeah.
and then you manufacture in Selangor, and then then you use the bus as one of the I would say logistic I would say entities, right? Okay, to ship, okay, to deliver to the end customers. Okay, and then is there any online? Is there any store you engage for the selling or no? No store, right? You just start
No.
directly through, okay, from manufacturers to the end customers, and you use social media as the marketing platform, promotion
Yeah.
platform. Okay, very good. So I hope everybody is clear about the supply chain network. So I will just move on. Okay, thank you so much, Jamie. Okay, for highlighting your supply chain network to us, for sharing with us. Okay, so I move on. Okay, so then we go to the main focus of this sharing, supply chain integrations. Integrations. So I hope that you know what is integrations before we move on. So integration can be defined as coordinations, combinations, incorporations, consolidations, or inclusions, which means that different entities they work together to achieve a common goal. I mean how they coordinate, how they include each other's right in the activities. Okay, how to I would say how they consolidate. So as you see, right, this is the pictures, right, from raw material to the supplier to the manufacturers to the distribution, to customers, and to the end customers. Okay, so supply chain integrations actually is a process where all these parties, okay, such as I mentioned, suppliers, manufacturers, right, distributors, customers, retailers, they work together, right, to fulfill the products to the end customers, and they are integrated into a single system. So everybody work together. So they share information, they make coordinations, they make alignments in order to ensure everyone is effectively working towards the same goals at all times. So actually, what is the ultimate goals of a supply chain integrations? They want to fulfill the products. They want to fulfill the customers' orders. So which means that all these must work together just to develop, just to convert, okay, raw materials from here, raw materials, okay, into a finished goods, and then after that they ship to the customers using lorries or using what any kinds of the transportation modes. All right. So supply chain integrations can be categorized into three dimensions. It can be internal integration, supplier integrations, and customers integrations. So for internal integration is more to internally how well or how effective one firms to integrate different functions of their companies to work together. Okay, and how about external integrations? Actually, is involved suppliers and customers, because suppliers and customers are the external parties for a particular manufacturing company. So I just move on. Okay, so we try to understand what is internal integrations. Okay, I try here. So basically, okay, so perhaps I would just want to call the second group. Okay, you just the group leader, Siti Amira. Okay, I hope you are here with me with members. You just tell me how many functions or how
Yes,
many
Doctor.
departments you have set up for your business. Maybe you want to share with us what is your business first, and then how you divide your group members into different functions. And what are the activities? Siti
Sorry,
Amira,
Doctor.
are you here with me?
What's your question?
Yeah. The question is, okay, in order to run a business, right? Okay, how many departments or functions you have set up? I mean, you have set up, okay, to run a business.
We have 6 department: sourcing,
Mm-hmm.
manufacturing, purchasing, marketing, finance, and delivery.
Mm-hmm.
So
So should they work
is
together
your
as an integrated process? Should everyone work together to fulfill the customer's order, or just work individually?
work together?
Yeah, that's good. Okay, perhaps you can just briefly share with us how you run a business, how it works, and what is your supply chain network?
Okay. First wait Okay. Kami buat business bouquet delivery surprise. Sourcing department lead by Siti Suhaili. Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you.
Manufacturing by me and Siti Suhaili. Purchasing Fazira. Marketing Syafiqah. Finance Amirul dengan Un. Delivery Fazira dan Siti Suhaili. And then before you produce tu kan kena buat purchasing. So purchasing and sourcing. So kita orang pilih kedai yang macam menjimatkan kos, paling jimatkan kos. So kita orang beli dekat certain kedai. Then Fazira akan beli, dia bagi ke saya dan Syuaili untuk proses bouquet tu. And then dah siap tu record finance tu saya bagi dekat Amirul untuk dia orang untuk dia buat kira loss or kami dapat and then delivery Azira customer. Okay ke doktor?
So you all okay. I would say you all make the bookings based on all the customers' orders, right? It means that you
Yeah.
first of all you try to promote your business, right, to the potential customers, and then when you have the orders, then the sourcing or purchasing team will start buying, okay, the required materials, okay, for the productions. Am I right?
Yes, doktor.
Thank you so much, okay, for this group. Okay, so normally, right, I would say normally, okay, one firms, right, they will have few departments, okay, to work as I would say as a single unit, okay, or system, okay, to fulfill, okay, their business, I would say business objective or their business goals. If you look at this, these pictures, right, okay, normally the firms will have human resource department, marketing promotions, customer service support, sales, accounting and finance, distributions, purchasing, information technology support, operations, okay, productions, administrative, and research and development. Of course, some, like for example, small businesses, they might not have few departments like what I put here. For example, small firms, they do not have departments such as research and development. So maybe they will combine HR, human resource, and administrative and management, they combined, or they will combine the marketing, customer service support, and sales into one department. And then perhaps they will combine also production and operation into one department, and they will have one or two information technology support. So maybe they don't have legal departments. So it depends on the size of the firms. If the firm is big enough, for example, Apple's is a big company, right, from US. That is, I would say, producing handphones, smartphones, MacBooks, and many kind of iWatch, different kind of innovative products, right? They are producing innovative products. So they will have the R&D departments in US and the productions in China. As you can see, these are examples designed in US, but examples in China. So perhaps I believe they have more than here the departments function. There are different functions to work together, okay, to fulfill the customers' orders, okay, and of course to achieve their business, their firm performance. So let's look at the definitions of internal integrations. Means they recognize the different functions within a firm and they work as one integrated process. They do not work as functional silos. For example, you do your own and I do my own and we do not connect each other. That doesn't work. So different entities or different functions should work together, okay, just to be the part of the entire process. Not to say, oh, you work on your own and I work, but no connection at all. So do not work as functional silos. Okay, you must independent on each others. Okay, and achieve the common goals set by the companies. So this, okay, look at the, okay, so of course how they work. They need to share all the informations between internal functions. Okay, they must have the strategic cross-functional cooperation and working together. So this is the keywords, information sharing. Okay, within a firm or with external parties, they should share information. If no information sharing, okay, among all these functions, that doesn't work at all because we don't know what you want and I don't know. Okay, and you don't know what I want, and you just work on your own pace, and I work on my own pace. At the end, no connections between these two parties, and then they can't achieve the objectives set by the business. Okay, so I move on to the second dimensions. That is the supplier integrations. Okay, this is how the suppliers work together with the firms. Okay, for example, with the manufacturing companies. Okay, for the information flow and physical flows. Right, to ensure that the supply chain network is seamless, okay, is smooth, or we call cohesive. So let's try to recall, the first pictures that I showed to you, right? Okay, so this is how the supplier supplies the raw materials to the manufacturing firms, so that the manufacturing firms can use that raw materials for their finished goods. I mean, for their products to their end customers. So basically, we have learned, we have learned a few chapters about supplier. Okay, throughout the semester, right? In the first few chapters, in the first few weeks, right? We learn about the supplier, relationship management, strategic partnerships, ethics, purchasing management, using e-procurements, use different kind of software, okay, to manage, okay, the suppliers. So software such as SAP, SAP, Oracle, and all these softwares will promise what? Automations, integrations, visibility, collaborations, and optimizations. I hope I try to recall your memories, right? Okay, let's say, for example, right, if your suppliers do not deliver the raw materials to you on time, are you able to produce the goods to your end customers or not? I believe it's not right, okay, because you need the materials for the production floor to build up the finished goods to your customers. Let's say if the physical flows, let's see, look at the keywords here. Physical flows means that the raw materials, the materials flow, okay, between the manufacturers companies and the suppliers. So now, okay, you have to integrate with the suppliers. Okay, make sure suppliers get great information about the delivery time. Okay, for example, you say, okay, this is your planning. Okay, this is your production plannings for your products, and you have to share this information to your suppliers to remind and to tell them, to inform that please deliver the raw materials to me on time so that I can run my productions accordingly. Okay, so it's about information sharing and it's about the physical flows to ensure the smooth flow of the raw materials from the suppliers to the production flow of a manufacturing companies. Okay, so and of course the quality as well. You have to ensure that the suppliers deliver the best quality, okay, to the manufacturing companies. All right. So perhaps I just want to hear from the group 3, JT group 3. Okay, I'm interested to know about the Kyrina business I think she's doing quite well. The pillows, okay, I think she's making pillows, okay, for the customers. And then, Dr. Shashwan, are you here with me? Welcome. Good morning, Dr. Shashwan.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Shashwan. Welcome to my class.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Carry on. I'll just wait for my turn later on.
No, I'll just call your name because I see you're here already. Just want to say hello to you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So allow me to continue my class. All right. Okay.
Yes,
So
go ahead.
I would like to call group JT, the group leaders. Okay. Group 3. So perhaps Karina, you can share with me about your business because I bought 3 pillows from you, and I love the workmanship. I can see the colors is so amazing, and then the I would say the shape, the pillows, so it looks, I would say, it looks so cozy, when hugging. Though I cannot touch the pillows, okay, personally, but my sister showed to me. She showed to me, how she hugs the pillow. And it looks good to me. So, okay, can I call the group leader Jetty or maybe Karina? Want to share with me about the business making the pillow? Wow, Amira said I bought 6 already from her. Wow, having a good business, right, Karina?
Hi, Doctor.
Hi, Karina. You can share with us about your business, how you make the pillow, how you get the customers, how you get the suppliers. Because here I'm talking about supply integration, right?
First of all, I learned the pillow from my previous teacher, Sweeney Su, that I learned at Mas, Jabatan Masyarakat. After that, I find a supplier from the Shopee because I can't go out to find the material to make the pillow. But for the fiber, I buy from the ZHR store that I buy material for the scrunchies hair also. That near from my house, around 1 kilometer. Yeah. From that,
Oh.
I learned the rose design from my teacher, but another design I learned from the YouTube only.
Wow, you learn from YouTube.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. Okay, interesting. I can see that your post, you say that, okay, you have done quite a number of big businesses. And then after that, you say time to focus you for your assignments and projects, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I think that's a good interest, right? Okay, you do something, some sort of like, I would say a home business, right? Okay, then can earn some money for yourself.
Yes.
That's a good initiative. Okay, I hope you continue your dreams. Okay.
All right, Doctor.
All right, this is how you work together with your supplier, right? For example, let's say you buy the fabric, right, from a shop nearby your house. So do you communicate with him saying that what you want, what kind of fabric you want? I mean, do you share information with the suppliers?
Yeah, I share information with the supplier. I ask the supplier first before I buy the material.
Okay, so mean try to get more information right from the suppliers.
Yeah.
So normally you just drive to the supplier side, then you just collect the things back to your house, it?
Yeah.
All right, so it's all about physical flows, right? Okay, thank you so much. Okay, Karina.
Thank you, Doctor.
All right, so now I move on to the third dimensions of the supply chain integrations, customers integrations. So this is about how the firms, or I would say the manufacturing firms, involve the customers into the production process. Okay, like in terms of the customizations, how the firms customize the customers' orders. Okay, and then how they share informations in terms of for the flexibility and for the alignment. Okay. So basically, for big companies, right, okay, they will share the information, okay, using technologies, innovations, and ICT tools. Most of them, they will use, I would say, they use software, okay, software to connect, okay, between firms and the external parties. They use SAP and they use Oracle. Just like, for example, right, for example, how the customers give the orders, give the demands to the manufacturing companies. Basically, they will through a system to connect, okay, in between, these two entities. So instead of like giving something manual, instead of like giving a spreadsheet, they have a system to connect between the manufacturing firms and the customers. So perhaps, I will try to share from this group number 5. No, group 4. Okay, group 4. Jamming. Okay, group jamming, right? Jamming. Okay, so to share with us, okay, how you fulfill your customers' orders, and did you integrate your customers into your production, or for example, like, did you get feedback from your customers about how to improve your products, okay, or how to add on new flavors to your product and so on? Jamie? So later, maybe Karina can share to Kayum, so he want to see the pillow. Jamie, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can.
All right. Okay. Because it's about how you involve I would say how you involve the customers into your operations. Okay, we call this is about some customers integrations, how you share the information with customers, and then how you tailor the products. For example, the customer say, I want to have less sugar, for example. I want to have more cheese, for example. Or I want you to do something different, for example. So like you get feedback from the customers and you incorporate the feedbacks into your operations. Jamie? Is she around? Or maybe the other Hui Qin or the group members? Jamie? Yeah, who's on? Okay, eating. Okay, thank you, eating. Please.
Because we collect the order through online, then they can order with us through Facebook or WhatsApp. And Shopee, after they buy, they will give us the feedback and the review at the Shopee. And most of the feedback that we get is the good one. They're very satisfied to our product. And some of the customer will request more sugar, and others will request for the more taste. So we come up with the new taste is the cheesy one.
This is how you integrate the customers. I would say the customers feedback right into your operation, right? Like some they say more sugar, some they say less sugar, some they say more cheese, some they say they need some more flavors, right? So basically, this group, right? You're using Shopee, right? You're using Shopee to communicate with your customers. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, this is how we say Shopee is an e-commerce platform, right, to connect buyer and sellers, and this is a new technology. That's how these two parties I would say they connect and they communicate, okay, for products, right? So this is how I would say this is we call as customers integrations. Okay, it's implemented through intra-organizational assets. As I say, they integrate. Okay, they share informations. Okay, they're using new technology. How they take into consideration of the customer's feedback or customer's comment for further improvement. So basically, customers is the I would say customer is one of the I would say is the final entities, right, that can generate income, right, revenue for the firms. Am I right? If you try to recall, all the parties, all the partners in the supply chain network, right? Those suppliers, manufacturing, right, retailers, logistic, all involve cost. Am I right? Because you have to buy from the suppliers, okay, for the raw materials, and then in your own, I would say in your own production or in your own manufacturing company, right? You also need to have cost, right, to pay the salary for your for your employees to run the entire process, and then you also want to engage the logistic firms, right? For example, this group eating, right, jamming group, they engage courier company, right, to deliver the products to the end customers. It involves cost as well, right? And then finally, then once the last partners in the supply chain network is customers. That's the only entity that will give you the revenues. So that's why you have to take care of your customers. Make sure that you hear from them, you improve your products from them. Jamie say, I go to toilet. It's okay, your friends already cover for you, no worry. Okay, so then now I move on. Okay, just want to conclude what is supply chain integrations. So in overall, companies must plan to integrate cross-functional activities, like just now is the internal integrations within the firms, and effectively links them externally with the process of their business partners, such as suppliers and customers in the supply chain. So for any questions, I will make my sharing very straightforward, very I would say very simple, so that everybody can have ideas about what is supply chain integrations, how you work, how you coordinate, okay, how it includes the different parties to work together. Okay, if no more questions, I just move on because now it's 10:40. I have 10 more minutes to go. Today we can take a short break. All right, so I move. Okay, so now if you look at this picture, right, I believe you have a clearer pictures about what is integrated supply chain. Okay, so phase one, all these are the independent because supply chains entities. For example, suppliers are the external parties, right? They are the independent entities, and customers are the external party of the supply chain networks. And of course, they are one of the independent supply chain entities. And you also have the purchasing departments, you have the production control departments, you have the distributions, you have the product, you have the, I would say, productions departments. So phase one, all these are independent supply chain entities. And now let's look at the phase two. Okay, suppliers and customers, they are the external parties. Okay, but internally, okay, you have all these departments, right, to work together. So means when you integrate them together, and this become internal supply chain under the materials management departments. This we call internal integrations. And now let's look at the phase number 3. This is how we integrate, okay, internally and externally. Okay, one company that first of all they integrate, okay, among them first internally, then they expand the integrations to the external parties such as suppliers and customers. You can see that this is how they overlap each other's. It's how they share information. It's how they plan, how they manage, okay, all the activities and operations together. Okay, so now let's look how they integrate internally. I would say internal functions, how they work together. Okay, first of all, sharing information, data integrations. So means that in order to run a business effectively, first of all, different departments they might develop one kind of function or system, right, for everybody to access the information. For example, purchasing team can access the informations of the production team. Means different functions, they have different system, right? Okay, and then how different parties can just log into the system and get the information at their fingertips. Means they can just access the information easily from the system instead of just call, just ask, just email, and this will take time. Am I right? When you call the person maybe cannot remember. Let's say, for example, if you are the purchasing team, right? You want to call the warehouse team to ask about the inventory. You just call them. May I know this part? How many units is left in your warehouse? And then maybe if the storekeeper also cannot remember exactly the quantity, they just simply tell you. Then this will affect the entire process of the companies. So why not make it more systematically? Just log into the system. Everything is in the system. All the information can be accessed easily from a company system. For example, the team, as I say, purchasers can just simply log into the system and get the information about the stock level of this particular raw materials, and they can just go to the system to check the shipment, okay, when these raw materials can be arrived from the suppliers, okay, and they also can check, when is the production schedule for this particular finished goods to the end customers. Everything can be accessed from a company system we call data integrations, and they can get the real-time information such as the inventory, as I mentioned just now, right? All about real-time. Everything's in the system what is we call real-time, and can access to the logistic information, as I mentioned, when the raw materials can be delivered to the companies for the production purpose, and when the finished goods, okay, when the finished goods can be shipped to the end customers, or when all these raw materials, I would say these bill of materials, okay, are ready for the finished good productions. Okay, so they exchange informations, okay, in cross-functional teams. Okay, they online interact between the productions and sales functions, which means that they can just use email, okay, for the interactions, or they can use the company's system for the communications purpose. So in order to get the supply chain integrations, mean the internet integrations more effectively, is through a system, right? A system to get the real-time informations for visibility and for optimizations. All right. So some of them they're using WhatsApp nowadays, right? Easier, right? Faster. Okay, using email, using WhatsApp, using the, I would say, internal communications portal. Then we move on to how to integrate with car suppliers. Okay, with suppliers. How? Okay, so they can exchange information through internet or web-based technologies. So as I mentioned just now, okay, basically firms can use SAP or Oracle, okay, just to share documents, to share information, which means that everyone's, let's say the suppliers or the manufacturing companies, they just log into the system and they can access certain informations. Okay, for example, the suppliers can access the information system of, for example, of the manufacturing companies to know, oh, now the inventory level for this particular raw materials is actually is depleting. So it's time for replacement, or it's time for fulfillment. The supplier will ship the raw materials to the manufacturing companies accordingly. All right. I'm so sorry, my girl is coming. Okay, and then strategic partnerships. Okay, how they partner with the suppliers. Okay, for the raw materials delivery. Okay, it's just okay, I'm so sorry for the disturbance. Okay, my girl is coming to me. As you know, now Malaysia is having MCO, right? And we have our choice. We work together with our kids at home. Okay, then how about the design stage? So we involve the suppliers into the designing stage. Okay, like for example, let's say you get a comment from your customers about the new design, and you need to consult your suppliers about the availability, about the, I would say, the possibility of having this kind of new elements into the products. For example, like what I heard from the team, right? The eating, okay, the jamming team say, oh, the customers is requesting for a new flavor. Let's say cheese flavors or something new. Then you have to consult your suppliers to ask about the availability of the raw materials just to fulfill your customers' demand. Okay, so you involve the suppliers into the procurement, the productions. Okay, you can establish quick ordering system, as I mentioned, instead of like giving them purchase order manually, then fax to them or scan to them. Why not using a system? Okay, just to I would say, just to give the quick order to the, okay, sorry for the mistake here. Okay, the system SYSTEM. Okay, so which means that you establish a system just to let the suppliers to access into the system. I mean, you just key in what you want, okay, for this week or for the upcoming weeks. Okay, then the supplier just access to the system and they get the information and they just deliver the raw materials to the customers accordingly instead of like receiving calls and then waiting for the purchase order, waiting for the confirmations, and this will take a lot of time. Okay, so they can use the network like EDI, electronic interchange of business informations using a standardized format. So it's about the computer-to-computer exchange of business, I would say, documents in a standard format. As I mentioned just now, you have a system, establish a system to connect your external parties and the company itself, and then they can just exchange the documents, easily. Everybody just log into the system and download the documents easily. All the information is in the EDI. Okay. So how to integrate with customers? Okay, so customer is the one who give you demand, right? You have to make sure that you get the accurate demand forecasting from your customers so that you can plan your orders accordingly. So basically for a manufacturing companies, right, they need to have demand forecasting from their customers to plan their productions and to plan their shipments, because you can't get the raw materials immediately, right? You need to order from your suppliers, and you need to wait for the I would say the ordering time, right? Okay, you need to order, take time to the orders, take time to deliver to your production floor, and it will take time, for the production floor to convert into finished goods, and it will take time, from the companies, from the manufacturing companies to deliver to the end customers. So all this will require, I would say, a time, okay? We call lead time. We call this as a lead time. We need to have lead time to fulfill the customer's order. Okay, so so the customers actually can order, online. You take the order online, instead of like just call, do it manually. Okay, so let's say your friends use the Shopee, to take the customer's orders. This is fastest, right? And of course, it's accurate because you have to make the payment first, confirm the order first, and you can produce for the customers. Okay, so all this will increase the speed of ordering process. Okay, if you use online system or we use I would say EDI, okay, this will enhance the speed of the ordering process. Okay, then customer profiling. Okay, this is how you integrate with the customers. Okay, you can know who are your customers based on different demographics, or based on their buying pattern, or based on their psychographics. Okay, if let's say if you're running a big companies, you know that you can profiling your customers based on their regions, based on the locations, and based on the customer different, I would say different expectations. And you also give after sales service support, and you follow up with the customers for feedback. All this is, I would say, all these are the examples or practices on how a companies integrate with their customers. I mean, take the customers into the consideration of the entire process, get their feedback, follow up with them, okay, give support to them. Let's say if the product is having maintenance, having some defects, okay, some quality problems. This is how you need to communicate with the customers to give support, whether based on replacements or whether repair, okay, the products, okay, for the customers. Okay, I just move on. Time is running out. Okay, now it's about 10:51. Okay, just give me about 5 more minutes to wrap up. Okay, what I want to say. Okay. So I get all this information from this source, okay, source of this journal articles. Okay, when you see the existing literatures, right, a large stream of research paper actually have widely investigated, okay, the 3 dimensions of supply chain integration. Internal integration, you can see the whole chunk of researchers have done this particular studies, supplier integration, and customers integrations. Means that these 2 authors, they summarize, okay? There are many locals, or there are many studies about supply chain integrations. And these are the benefits of supply chain integrations. Okay, better collaborations, more visibility, increased revenues, satisfies customers' demand, more flexibility, reduce waste, and improve overall performance. So basically, I have categorized the business performance into two, financials and non-financials. Based on this source, okay, from their empirical studies, they found that okay, the supply chain integrations actually can improve the financial performance, such as growth in profits, growth in returns on investments, growth in return on sales, revenue, okay, cash flow for operations, and financial liquidity. So means that many studies have, I would say, have proved that if the company can integrate well, okay, within their firms, and they can integrate well with the external parties such as customers and suppliers, and at the end they can enjoy these financial benefits that I mentioned here, and at the same time they also can enjoy the non-financial performance measures such as brand, okay, if they integrate well with the customers, especially customers. When the customers are very happy, with the products, it will increase their brand, the market, the competitive positions, the cost leaderships. Let's say if the firms can integrate well with their suppliers, right? And the suppliers can give them the best service, for example, best quality, okay, best delivery times. So it means that they have good partnership with the suppliers, and supplier can give them the best price, and this means that they will get the cost leadership in the market, which means that this particular manufacturing companies, they can produce best product with best price, and nobody can can compete with them. And customers loyalty, if the customers are happy, the customer will stay with the company, okay, has better customer service, customized product differentiations, they can easily entering a new market, okay, if they are an integrated supply chains, I would say companies. And of course, the last one is cooperative behavior. This is how they cooperate with the suppliers and the customers. Okay, so and then okay, as a conclusion, this I want to highlight again. Okay, supply chain integration is very, very important for manufacturing industry, okay, with regard to the competitive natures of business in the global market. So firms, in order for firms to run successfully, they need to make sure that internal integrations, customers integrations, and last one, the supply integration should be in place for them to compete in the global market. Okay, I think that's all for my sharing. Okay, is there any questions? Maybe I just want to tackle a last question
Yes,
from the floor.
question.
Mm.
I'm from group 2.
Mm.
I want to ask if we want to make a shop as our supplier, is it important to get any approval from the owner of the shop?
It means that you want to engage the shop.
Yeah.
Mm. What shop is that?
Yep.
Maybe can you highlight a bit? For example, what shop you want to engage for your supply chain?
Kami kan buat service bouquet kan Dr. Kai. So maybe shop yang jual flower, so kami nak harga diskaun, so nak buat kedai tu jadi our supplier. So kena ada approval ke?
Approval from who?
From owner kedai tu.
Okay, first of all, let's say if you try to make your business in a large scale, which means that you have continuous order from your customers, right? From your prospective customers. Means, let's say based on your forecast, I would say based on your forecast, you feel that yes, almost every week I have about 10 orders from my customers. Let's say, for example, in a month you have about quite a big number of orders, right? And now then you can use this forecast to negotiate with the business owner. Okay, you tell them, okay, why not you ask the business owner, can you be my partners? Can you be my suppliers? Because I have surveyed for quite a number of suppliers, and I found out that your shop provide the best flowers and then with the best quality, with the best price. Can I engage you as one of my suppliers for this particular flowers? And then for all this demand forecasting, If the business owner says, yes, I'm happy to become your business partner or become one of your suppliers, then you can start talking about the conditions. Like say, you would just tell them, okay, you say by this timeline, okay, this is my orders. So can I have better discount from you? Then the business owner will give you, I believe the business owner will give you better discounts if you are able to give them a big business. Okay, Siti Amira?
But if there is no any declaration, so boleh ke kita still assume owner to as our supplier?
I don't think so. Let's say you just buy and go. I don't think that is a partnership. Just buy and go, no partnership involved. But let's say if you really involve, okay, you really negotiate and communicate with the business owner of the flowers boutiques, right? I mean flower shop. And then they say yes, they say okay, when you come to me, okay, next time you get 5% discount. And then I will if you order more than me, I can order free delivery to you. It means that you enter a partnership with this business owners.
Or even we go frequently to buy the flower.
Okay, it will be good, okay, it will be advisable if you're able to have a very simple, I would say very simple agreements between the business owners and you, okay, to say, okay, let's make it official, black and white. That would be good.
Okay, okay.
Make one simple agreement.
All right. Okay, thank you, Doctor.
Thank you so much. Okay, I think I will pass to Fitri. I think we are running out of time because I would like you all to rest for a while, then we will start our next sections.
So much, Dr. Grace, for the amazing sharing just now and for reminding us. I believe this would be a great knowledge for us, especially almost comes our final exam. So before we continue with our next speaker, we will take a 10-minute breaks and
Fitri, I'm so sorry, Fitri, the cameraman, okay, because I would like to get everyone to open a camera first for these sections, take a picture, then we will continue the second sections. So everyone, as I said, please on your video, okay?
open
So
camera,
I will stop
guys.
recording.